In this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use a tool that you already have on your computer to do some basic image editing. We're going to look at using the Photos tool, and we're going to do something that a lot of people probably don't do, and that's we have an image, and I want to do the editing right inside of Storyline. So we're going to round trip, open up the app, do the image edit, and it's going to magically appear in Storyline with the edit. So let's see how this works. I'm going to go to insert. I'm going to insert an AI image because this is really a good example of where this tip comes in handy. You're going to generate an AI image inside a Storyline using AI Assistant. And so I'm just going to generate an image, and we'll say a woman on a cell phone. Oops, make sure I spell cell phone right. And we're going to choose a cinematic photo as our option and generate the image. Now, if you've worked with AI images, you know sometimes you can get artifacts or things that may not be perfect. You may want to fix those, or you may want to isolate the character. Like you could look at the characters and say, all right, I like this image, but I want a different background, right? Now, when you're prompting, you could probably get closer to the background you want. But let's say we just like the character. So I'm going to go through and find an image that I like. I like this one here. She's got her hands, one cell phone. You know, this is one of the problems with image generation. Sometimes you don't get exactly what you want. Like she's got 3 cell phones, 3 hands, works really well. We're going to go ahead and choose this one because it works for us. And then we're going to do some basic image editing. So let's go ahead and insert the image. Now, if you're not using AI images, using Content Library, you have your own images, you can do this as well. This is a simple editing process. You can use other apps. I'm just going to use the apps that you have because I wanted to highlight what was already available to you for free. And we're going to go to Media Library. So come up here to View, select Media Library. All right, so we're inside of Media Library. And you can see the image right up here. What we want to do is come down here to Edit. And what we're going to do is open up an app that we have on our desktop. In this case, I'm going to use Photos because it's the free app, and that's what we wanted to highlight. If you have other apps, Photoshop or something else installed, you can select that. So I'm going to select that, and we're going to choose Photos right here. And I'm going to open that. And here's my Photos app that's open. If you click up in the left corner here, you'll see that it says Edit. Let's go ahead and edit the image. And this opens up the image editor. Now, this isn't super robust, but it has some nice features. Probably the main feature here is the remove background. You can see that you can crop, right? That's one of the options you have. You do have some options to change the certain elements of the image. You can do some filters. Filtering is a good tip if you have a lot of images that are a little bit different. If you filter them with the same type of filter, sometimes it can make it look like they're part of the same style set. You have some markup options here. You can see there's a generative erase. We're not going to play with that. We're going to look at the remove background. So we've got our options here. It removes the background. You can see where it removed it. Now you do have, you see in the background options, you can make the background blurry. You can remove it. You can replace the background. We're just going to focus on remove. You do have a background brush, and the brush will add or remove the mask. So in this case, we have a removal mask on here. If I add to that mask, and I'm going to make the brush size really big so you can see if I add to the mask, I'm going to click on this, then this is going to be added to the removal. If I click on remove mask, then it's going to remove it from that. So the mask is what it's determined is the background to remove. So if you want to zoom in on it, you can go in and try to like fine tune that. I don't really get too specific on this unless I see that it had big glaring areas that it did wrong. In this case, this looks fine for me. So what I'm going to do is select remove. And now you can see it's got the removal in here. You can come in here and fine tune. You can see that how it did that right. And then we're just going to keep this simple. We'll hit save. Now here's a tip. If you hit save, because we're round tripping, you've got this image in Storyline. You open it up in this app via the media library. You do your edit. When you hit save, it's going to overwrite that image that you have. So if you wanted to actually have the original, you want to export that original so it's saved somewhere. The other thing to consider is if I use this image 3 or 4 times in my course and I make an edit, that edit's going to be reflected in every place that image was used. So we're going to hit save, and then you can see. Now you can see in the grand scheme, like it didn't edit it here. I don't know what this round the red color is in here. We could fix that. And you could probably get in a little bit tighter, fix some of these, but we're going to go ahead and keep it the way it is. So it's done. Let me just move this out of the way. You can see it got inserted with the transparent background. I don't have to insert it because it's already in there. So if I close this, I can see here's that with the background removal, and you can see the background's been removed. Again, it's not as perfect as more advanced tools, but the idea here is it's simple. You already have it installed. You may not have money for other tools, so this is one that you can use right there to do some simple edits. And if we preview this, it probably doesn't look bad when it's previewed. And there you go. There's your image. You could put some text in there. You've got it isolated. I think looks pretty decent for a basic edit.